guys, how we doing? A necessary video. Thank you for our non-copyrighted theme songs from YouTube. Good stuff now, right? Good stuff. And I think we needed something a little lively tonight, man. It's Friday. It is September 17th, 2021. Welcome aboard for a quick video for you. And thanks for tuning in from Cities and Suburbs, 9/17/2021, as we said. That being said, man, I was watching Star Trek the other night, and a couple, 200-300 years in the future, and with this gosh dang coronavirus, I actually wish we were there. But maybe, 200-300 years from now, mankind will be different, but it will always have its challenges. The Wuhan virus is back. It is now the Delta virus, and I just want to, which went from the corona, now we're in the Delta, and it's going to have all these initials. Yeah, it's a virus. Viruses live to live. Not unlike any other organism on the planet, by the way. But it looks like in the city of Worcester, city manager Ed Augustus, as of Monday, which I do not understand, as of Monday, we, in public places, supermarkets, bars, which we opened up all the nightclubs, by the way. And so next week, so tonight, as my friends that are playing in bands tonight, it's your last hurrah, and we hope you are able to keep working, because you are not able to sing in a microphone with a mask, period. It looks like there's a mask mandate everywhere in Worcester, okay? That is effective as of Monday the 20th. It looks like the cases in Worcester for COVID-19 Delta variant, by the way, are they testing for the variant or are they testing for COVID, has risen to 78 a day. Cases now, cases. Not caskets, cases, from 12 to 78. So now Boston, Cambridge, just a sample of communities that are now saying, you're going to wear the face mask. Cambridge, Boston, West Springfield, which, by the way, today, the big E, maybe that'll be the big exposure, right? The big explosion. Maybe we can rename it, the big explosion / spreader event. I'm being sarcastic, and I'll get to my point in a minute. West Boylston has one of the highest COVID cases versus the casket. I'm sorry to be that blunt, but it looks like in Worcester, September 14th, Worcester has an average daily infection rate of 29.5 per 100,000 people. Okay, 29. Okay, so 29 and a half. Below 5, you go. So, okay, so let's say 30. Let's give it that way. Local hospitals are at maximum capacity. There are currently no regional medical hospital beds available, and one pediatric ICU in Worcester County is full. So we still have, people struggling with cancer, need to see the doctor. So, and we get into this, why don't you just get the vaccine thing? We'll get into that in a minute. COVID-19 throughout. This is the dashboard from mass.gov. Today, this was information as of September 16th, being released to us and you. Again, welcome aboard. The time is, it is 6:43, and I'm sorry, 6:37. Never trust a clock on the wall unless you change the battery. But I do. Be nice. We got bigger fish to fry here, people. Today there were 2,024 new confirmed cases, bringing the state's total since this whole show began to 738,303. Thank you. And it looks like there were, let's go right to the average deaths rate, age, are still 75 folks. There were 5 new probable deaths reported. I mean, when you go to this dashboard, what's probable, what actually is happening? And I'll go back to this, and you guys know this. We're going back to wearing masks in Worcester. So as of Tuesday, because I took Monday off, to celebrate actually my anniversary, my wedding anniversary. And, so I have to go back and wear this when I've done everything that the government has asked me and you and us to do. Get the vaccine. Get it twice. All right. Now, even if you're vaccinated, because of few breakthrough cases, which can happen with any flu shot, there's so much paranoia around with this thing. I'm not advocating for people to get sick. I just think there's poor leadership from the top down, from the Biden administration, the Trump administration. I mean, yeah, the Operation Warp Speed and everything, both sides, they do not know what to say. And there's really poor leadership around this. And now, Worcester, if you're a resident in Worcester, if you work in Worcester, you have to wear this thing all day long. Again, there are kids that have not had to wear a mask, okay? Speaking with someone I know very closely, I have to teach my son to wear a mask. I thought we were out of this. I thought we were out of this too because we did our flipping job. Whether it's people who are not vaccinated, that are hosts to the COVID, jumping around and mutating and say, I got you. I go back to what is this gosh dang virus we are dealing with? What is this thing? This was not a bat biting a human. This was not. This is where we should be focused on. I'm armchair quarterbacking, armchair warrior. I get it, but at the end of the day, it took us a long time, us, the United States, to crawl out of the 1918 Spanish influenza. Spanish never came from Spain. Dude, we already talked about that. It may take us a couple of years, but just give us the straight dope, man. All right? Tell us to take the mask off, put it back on. Even if you're fully vaccinated, you got to wear the mask, right? There's no straight line information on this thing. So, will I do my part? I'll continue to do my flipping part, which I've been doing for almost 2 years. In March of 2022, this will be 2 years. 2 years. This isn't 1918, by the way. We have advanced science, technologies. If you have not received the shot, I have not gotten the COVID virus. I actually, knock on wood, I have not received a knock from any kind of virus over the last year and a half. I think the mask probably helps in regular cold and flu season, but I got to tell you, we're sit, squat, jump, don't do, and so how is this helping all of a sudden in Worcester? And this is not a mask mandate, and I say a mask mandate that really bothers me because they're half measures. They're half measures, right? Wear the mask, but you don't have to stay 6 feet apart. But the Delta virus is supposedly more contagious than the original virus. And the original virus said, well, the government officials said, wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart, right? Well, the Delta variant is much more contagious. But wear a mask, you don't have to stay 6 feet apart. Do you get where I'm going here? I mean, comment below, please. I think this Delta variant, yes, there are cases versus casket, and I will keep saying that. So next week, what is Worcester's nightlife going to look like? Right? Bands playing, and all of a sudden, now we're going back to the mandate. You have to wear them in bars and restaurants. Read it. In Worcester, right? Second largest city in Worcester, in Massachusetts, 200,000 people. They need to be open again. And I'm not going to go to a bar if I have to wear a friggin' mask. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go see a band if I have to do that. I'm done with the face covering. I like breathing real air, and I can do that here. I'm connected to the internet, and, it's just poor leadership. And by the way, there's no booster coming, right? The Biden administration said we were supposed to have a booster on every table. Now Pfizer has voted that down, saying, well, only the most vulnerable until we really study the booster, which means the booster may not be safe. So you're going to have to go on the efficacy, of the shot that you have received several months ago, the J&J jab, Moderna or Pfizer. But there's so much BS involved with this, man. I'll get a booster if I need to get a booster. I've been doing what they tell us to do, and I'm really getting a sense now that why people don't want to buy into this at all, because there's just no, we are not a dictatorship, so we can't come down and say everybody has to do this in the country. But in some ways we are, right? In some ways that does exist. The mandates. And how is this going to actually encourage people to go back to work? Particularly in Worcester, I work with businesses every day. Employers are starving for not just an employee, but they should have a good employee that wants to work there and help the business, and the owner takes care of the worker and vice versa. This is not encouraging anybody that's been sitting on the bump, okay, sitting on a log, wondering what I should do. This just makes people stay home more. It's confusion. It's total confusion. So what do you guys think? Comment below. I am just very disappointed. And it's depressing. We're getting back into the fall season, cold and flu season. There's this underlying paranoia within the federal and local and municipal governments that, once you put this mask on at this time of year, by the way, we'll all be going back inside. You don't have a choice, right? And it's going to shut down everything. People who are planning Christmas parties right now, venues who want you to have their Christmas party with them. People are like, well, if you put this mask back on, it's right. It's like a tax, right? It's like a 5% tax or something. Taxes don't go away once it's a mandate and a law. So I see us, to be honest with you, when I put that mask back on when I enter the city of Worcester, and I live in Charlton, this is where I'm broadcasting live, cities and suburbs, not live, but video. Maybe live for you guys, and I hope you're doing well with this, but, and this is where we have to knuckle up. We have to get the mental stamina to deal with that, and having a great, consistent message really helps with that. So, but then again, as we move forward next week, you guys, I'll readjust my, I'll readjust my routine. I enjoyed the emancipation from the mask mandate. I do not know how that is going to help. I do not believe it's going to help at all. All right, if we did the half measures, and they're juvenile. You've got to wear your mask, but you don't have to stay 6 feet apart from anybody anymore. Wear your mask. There's such a psychological factor to this, and it's almost post-traumatic stress disorder. We're trying to climb out of this. In 2021, it's not 19-18. All right? We should have clear information, a clear directive, a clear vaccine, all right? And clear accountability to where this gosh dang thing actually originated from. I will never, ever, I will never forgive the country of origin for this, okay? Not like our government has capitulated. And the World Health Organization. This cannot happen again, okay? And it is a Wuhan virus, and period. And for us to have to keep going through this, though, I understand we have to take care of the now, okay? But we have to certainly revisit in a few years the then, okay? I'll do my part, do your part. If you can get the jab, get the jab. At this point, the anti-vaxxer argument is gone. The us and them is gone. We're all in this together, vaccinated, unvaccinated. I'm done with it. I'm a social zombie, and but I just hope this is temporary, like I did a year and a half ago, guys. All right, guys. Tune in, like, don't like, and comment below. Kenny B here, signing out from Cities and Suburbs. Take care.